Yeah, hello scrappers. Back again with another video. Let's see if I can find out what size. That's a little too big. Got us a DeWalt miter saw. That one fits really good. I think I broke the handle off when I threw it in the back of the truck. It's got a nice little toggle switch on it. Been kind of a little Southern engineering done on it, looks like. But I'll go ahead and just cut it here where it was taped on. Toggle switch may come in handy for something. So I'll set that aside for now. I think I was looking at this and it's reverse thread, so I probably want to try to get it down onto something. Get that thing out of the way. I know most people don't use a crescent wrench to pry blocks off, but hey, if it works, why not, right? Anyway, mainly I just want this so I can bring it down and lock that blade in. The thing looks like it might be brass. Magnet's not picking it up, so I think that's a brass nut. Okay, throw that in the trash can. And of course, got carbide teeth on it, so I've just been piling these up. I need to go ahead one of these days and get all them carbide teeth off. But that one there's bent way over. From what I understand, you can use MAP gas so it'll get hot enough. Of course, I've got a acetylene torch, so that you know, you can get them hot and knock all them carbide off of there. Put them in a small can or something. I've never sold any carbide, but I think right now its price is pretty good on carbide. So we'll put this in the other room. I know I got a whole bunch of them blades in there somewhere. Okay, I want to see if this, yep, it does fit the same one, and it's kind of spring loaded. I was hoping that was the same size. Okay, so I might be done with this now, maybe. So we get these sockets out of the way. It's a nice healthy bolt. Put this crescent away. There it is. I notice we got this wood. We got a couple straight. I wanted to see if this is going to come loose or if there's a nut up underneath. It looks like it's raising up, so apparently it's threaded in there. Yeah, I was kind of looking, okay, I need to do a video. What do I got I can tear down? I was kind of looking at my tote there. I got a bunch of junk in that needs to be tore down. I need to get it all cleaned up and get it out of here, actually. Just not enough hours in a day anymore. How'd I get anything done when I worked full time? I was thinking, man, when I retire, I'm going to have all this time on my hands so I can get a lot of scrapping done. It's a good fantasy. And I find these straight screws are one thing it's next to impossible to use an electric screwdriver or whatever on. They don't want to stay on, they go flying everywhere. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the guy running this saw without a guard on it. You can see there's probably definitely something holding the back of that too. Got a lot of aluminum on here, that's for sure. I don't know if this backrest is aluminum. Let's see. Nope. We got, I'm going to set this aside for the moment. There's a nice spring. I got two bolts there. Look like they might be 1/2 inch. These do have two straight screws there on the back of that. Nope, 9/16. Let me see if I can find a 9/16 socket real quick. I thought I had one out here. There's a 14, that might work. 14 is roughly 9/16. Almost need an extension to get a little better angle. That's pretty thick metal, so I think that can go into short iron. I got two more screws right there. Looks like they originally just had this particle board or wafer board. Yeah, wind's kind of getting it out there. It's about 50 degrees today. So it's not bad until the wind hits you. So I got the doors closed. The wind seems like it's kind of out of the east, so it's coming right in that east door. Almost have to have a big door shut anyway, otherwise you get a bunch of backlighting. The sawdust down in here. Okay, so I got a couple Phillips there, and the miter gauge here's one with Phillips. So we'll go ahead and yeah, that one didn't want to come out, does it? Bad you get a nice piece of cast aluminum and you get one screw that breaks off in there. That's probably sheet aluminum. You got a bucket right there for that. And I got this one Phillips here that didn't want to cooperate. So if I had some stuff down in it. out a hammer. Yeah, if you don't have one of these come in handy. I think I have it on the Amazon affiliate page. You kind of get it. It's set down in there. Okay, I think it's loose now. There we go. Sheet aluminum. Hopefully we're done with that. That's sticking. I got a knob here. So, guess I need to flip this little monitor over. Not that I can actually see anything in it. I got this little knob here. And of course it twisted off. Lovely. Okay. One nice thing on something like that, I can just cut it and then I'm sure here we go. I'm not sure if that will twist out of there. Probably have to put vice grips on that anyway. It was turning. Nice. Let me get the punch. Tap that out of there. Okay, we got another big nut right there. I think that's about the last thing we got on here, and then I'll have to cut this to get past that one piece that broke off in there. And then that piece I can take it out to the melting pot. It's about time to get out there once the weather improves a hair. I need to get out there and melt me some more aluminum. I've only got 2 lots left on eBay. And yeah, I'm sorry I forgot to tell you guys, pull your earbuds. Okay, the nut came off that side. Okay, there's a penny. I don't know where that came from, but I wouldn't have thought there'd be any money in something like this. Actual cash. Okay, so now this piece should be clean. I'm not sure what that weighs. Let me pull the scale off a little bit. It wouldn't turn on if my GFI plug tripped. Get that piece of wire out of the way. Yeah, this one piece right here is 7 pounds, 5 ounces. So that's about $3.50 right there. Now I got the broke off screw here, and I got a spring. And there's a, looks like we got a piece of metal here, hex screws it looks like. We'll see if we can get that apart. I'll go ahead and put these sockets back up. I think we're done with them now. I hope so anyway. Then when you get into these, you don't know if you got metric or standards. That one's too small. I had to get up earlier than normal today and leave the house without coffee. Had to go down for a stress test at the hospital. Once I got on Humana, I started talking to a doctor here in town, and about my heavy breathing. So they took the stethoscope, listened to my lungs, and they said they sound good. Then they x-rayed me, said they look good. Then they sent me down to the hospital for a, ouch. Where they kind of exercise, test your lungs by breathing, doing these breathing exercises. I think they got Loctite on these. And the results came back good from that. So they've determined there's nothing wrong with my lungs. So now they're wanting to check out my heart. So we went in and had an ultrasound done for the heart, and then the stress test. So I go see the doctor again on the 5th to find out the results of that. This is a lot of work just to get this lever off of there. Bet it gets it cleaned up. With it cleaned up, I can probably run that saw right across. And I don't lose too much. So far at this point, I got enough aluminum breakage that I can melt that I don't even, I just melt the aluminum breakage. If I ever get low on that, then I may have to start doing other cast aluminum. But for the meantime, if I can, sell it as is, I'll sell it as is and just melt the aluminum breakage. I mean, why take 10 or 15 cents a pound when you can melt it down into ingots and make $2.60 a pound? If you guys aren't too sure about that, check out my eBay page. There'll be a link in the description below the video. I sell my 10-pound lots of ingots for $39.95, and after eBay fees and shipping, I make about $26, a little over. So that's how I figure $2.60 a pound. Yeah, probably should have sprayed some WD-40 or something on this. It's out. Now I gotta put it in the vise to get my Allen wrench back. Yeah, this set of Allen wrenches is pretty nice. Harbor Freight. Pittsburgh. Standard and metrics. I do find an Allen wrench every now and then that isn't in the set. You know, I say I can probably cut it here and here and just knock that piece out of there. Then the question is this really doesn't even feel like aluminum. It feels more like plastic. Yep, it's black. It's plastic. So, probably one of the safest, easiest ways to get that out would just be angle grinder. Yeah, it took a little bigger chunk than I planned on, and I still got to get that spring out of there. Yeah, I mainly get the comments about my breathing when I was wearing the GoPro with the head mount or the chest mount, and that was kind of the reason I stopped using the head and the chest mount. Okay, that's clean. Let's see, we had 7 pounds, 5 ounces on that piece. 4 pounds, 5 ounces. So we're up to 11 pounds, 10 ounces there. So that's a good $5 worth of cast aluminum. Yeah, after I got him from the doctor, wife wanted to go out and see if there's any yard sales, which I told her there's one guy down a few miles from us does resale, and his sign was out, so we ran down there, and I bought a little vise, $5. It's always good to keep a wire brush handy. You get these screws like this that are full of sawdust or dirt. Clean them out pretty fast with a wire brush. Now this should have a copper bearing motor in it. Yeah, get a little ground screw right here, get it while we're up on this angle. Got a metal stud right there. I was kind of surprised by how short this cord is. Maybe at 3/4 inches right there. In case you guys don't know, sometimes you don't have to throw a bit in there because that is 1/4 inch. So a lot of times that'll work good until you get it wallered out. Okay, I don't see any more screws, so I think I'm going to have to do some tapping with the hammer. Part of our gears. Okay, so there's a lot of our copper right there. I'll have to work on that piece. We got a little bit of aluminum here. Depends if I put this in the vise, see if I can knock that gear out of there in the shaft. Okay, gear came right out. Still got the bearing in there though. I grab a punch and a hammer, so I'm doing right now. Gotta give it a pretty good solid tap to get it to move, and work your way around the bearing. But bearings out of it. I just got a greasy and that I can probably throw it in the short iron bucket. I do have 2 screws right here on this end. I guess those are mounting screws so you can mount that on the wall for decoration. Kind of like one of the riding mowers I just picked up the other day. Had Chevy emblems on it and stuff like that. So here you got your brushes. The brushes are inside that little brass housing. So that little brass housing is always nice to clean up for a little bit of brass. Yeah, I'll use a screwdriver to try to get that up and out of there. Screwdriver fit in better than my fat fingers. Set those aside. I need to check and see if this is aluminum or not. I don't think it is. Nope, it's not aluminum. Plastic. These are usually pretty easy to clean up. You just cut it off one side and pry it out the other. I guess I could check it real quick. Yep, we got copper. I'll put that over here on the shelf for later cleanup. Now we got this armature. Of course, it's got a lot of varnish or shellac or something on it. But some guys clean these up. Others, you can just throw it into a bucket and sell it for copper bearing motors. I think I can just knock that gear right there. And I got me a little mess around on this side. I've actually got two. This one here is some electric motors. You can see where I welded them. Stacked them on top of each other. And my bigger one, this one's just made from an old, basically 1 gallon or 2 gallon air compressor tank. I just cut the ends off of it. You can set it in there like so. Get your hammer and your punch, or your wappum. Okay. Like I say, you can just throw that into copper bearing motors just like it is. I'm going to clean some of the grease out of there. And check it with a magnet. I'm not feeling anything that's sticking. So I would say that's now clean. So got a little bit of insulated copper. Got the copper from the motor, a little copper bearing motor. And there's what, 11 pounds. Three pounds, 11 ounces. Got about 15 pounds of aluminum, cast aluminum. Say roughly 50 cents a pound, so $7, $8. It's not too bad. You know, if you're looking at that junk saw, you wouldn't think $7 or $8 right there. Took a little bit to clean it up. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that trying to make a living or maximize your profits, and you know, you're going to say that's not worth the time. Yeah, I can see how you say that, because saving the copper, aluminum, and stuff like that takes time to cut all this stuff out, and you could be spending that time out picking up metal or hauling it to the scrapyard. So I know years ago I was doing mainly appliances and trying to collect the wire and stuff like that. I was making over $500 a month on just on. I know you guys say, "Oh, that's nothing, $500 a month." I was making $500 a month just on the tin, and I'd be lucky if I was making $50 to $100 a month on the insulated wire, copper, brass, and aluminum. So that's what I was getting from it. So I know for a lot of you guys, it's better just to, if it's clean aluminum, brass, copper, or pretty clean, pretty easy to clean, throw it in the back of your truck, and everything else goes in the trailer. And then, if and when you get the time, then you clean the stuff in the back of the truck. But you're out there hustling, trying to make $200 a day, and it can be done if you have the contacts and dumpsters or whatever, nowhere to go. So you guys are out there hustling, getting that shred, getting it picked up and over the scales, and a lot of this other stuff, you spend a lot of time getting it tore down and cleaned up. I do still have this stud right here. I forgot about that. Let me spray a little WD on it. I'm going to move you guys over here in a minute. I'm putting this in the vise. We can get you guys over here. You see my cluttered workbench. That's why I don't tear stuff down on the workbench. And the workbench is good to hold my tools. And that's why I work over here. The tools are just, a step or two away. And then little stuff that, like this, there's not much cleaning left on that. But yeah, it just collects stuff. One of these days I'll get over here and spend half a day out here getting it cleaned back up. These have been out here for about a week. I'm hoping this thing is threaded in there, but first thing is getting a good grip on it. Yeah, it's turning. I got to get some more WD-40. This can's getting real low. Might check a different pair of vice grips. That pair isn't looking too good. This has got better looking teeth on it. Yeah, there we go. That one's cooperating. Sometimes they don't. Of course, if it breaks off, I can just cut it out of there. Too much metal, I'll just take it to the melting pot and melt her down. Yep. Got it tore down and cleaned up. Just move everybody back over this way. I want to thank everybody for stopping by and watching, and remind you of the Amazon affiliate link, and it's in the description below the video. And I also have my Amazon or eBay link down in the description. Trying to think of anything else. I think that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy scrapping, everybody, and stay safe. Bye bye.